Hello, welcome back to the workout of the week from Escape Fitness. My name's Tommy Matthews. We've got Andy Phillips here who's straight into the demonstrations for this one. We've got a cross-training wow for you this time. And we're doing a full workout here to show you how we structure a complete workout to prepare ourselves for the very challenging pyramid which we're going to do at the end. The pyramid workout at the end is using the barbell and the kettlebell. But what we're going to do is take you through the phases to get us there. The first thing Andy's going to be doing is 60 seconds of skipping, 30 seconds rest, 4 times. This is just preparing us on a cardiovascular perspective, getting the blood shunting around the body, get the aerobic system switched on, fired up and ready to go, because the pyramid as a workout is going to be very, very challenging. So we want to be doing this to start off with, just to get us built up and prepared for it, to get our lungs ready. With skipping, you can choose what works for you essentially. You can do 2 foot, 1 foot, anything that works within that 60 seconds, just to keep the rhythm going, okay? Obviously rest for 30 seconds, and then start again. Complete that 4 times. Once we've done that, we're going to move on to some movement prep work with the CMT. So Andy, you can take a break there. Okay, we're going to work with the CMT here for some upregulation of the kinetic chain, the fascial systems, to really fire things up properly, and also to open up the body to improve range of motion, just to make sure that Andy's really fired up for the exercises that he's going to do. So the first exercise is a great exercise for firing up the anterior chain, and also for opening up across the hips and the thoracic and the shoulder complex. So Andy's going to perform a launch here. It's quite a powerful movement. You'll notice that he's coming to full extension through the ankle, knee and hip, driving through the hip. As he drives through the hip, he launches the CMT over the head. Okay? After he's performed 10 of those, he's going to pause for a second, gather his thoughts, and he's going to go into a throw action. If you just turn to face the camera for us here, we'll see this a little bit better. So this is coming across the body, he's going to be throwing it across his shoulder. So he's driving off that left hip, driving his hip through, and throwing through his trunk and torso, across and over his shoulder. Again, he's going to be performing 10 reps of that. Really getting that speed and drive through the hip. Swapping over, same on the other side. So this is going to be another great exercise to get the glutes fired up. It's going to be a great exercise to improve range of motion through the thoracic. It's also going to be a great exercise to fire up the trunk and torso. Okay, the final exercise is going to be a lunge and launch. So it's going to be a sagittal plane lunge. So Andy's going to be stepping out in front of him and throwing the CMT over the head. As he launches the CMT over the head, it's very important that we're controlling through our lumbar spine. So make sure you've got your core really switched on nice and tight. Make sure you've got your hips and pelvis very strong. We don't want to be losing our lumbar spine here. We just want to be opening up through our anterior chain. So as we're lunging, we're opening up through that hip flexor and hopefully through the whole anterior chain. And again, once we've done 10 reps of that, we've completed that sequence. Okay, so that's your movement preparation of this workout complete. Now we're going to move on to some activation drills. The activation sequence that we're going to work on here is almost a bit of preparation for the exercises that you're going to be doing in the pyramid. So we're going to take that CMT off you here, Andy. There's a couple of exercises that we're going to be looking at. First of all, we're going to be working with the kettlebell and the barbell. Okay, you need to set your barbell up on a cat track so you can perform some back squats. The idea here is that we're going to activate the posterior chain with a heavy kettlebell swing. We're going to rest for 30 seconds and then we're going to go into a back squat with the bar. Okay? Stack as many plates as you want on for the bar for this exercise. It's up to you. Essentially, we're going to be doing 5 reps. We're going to be doing this 3 times round. So it's not here to fatigue you for the pyramid that you're going to do, but it's here to switch everything on and get things really fired up and prepared properly. So he's going to perform his 5 to 8 reps of heavy kettlebell swings. If you're used to working with a 24 kilo, which is what Andy would be used to be working with, he's working here with a 32. Providing you're comfortable and confident working with that weight or working with the swing as an exercise, you should be increasing the load a little bit here to make sure that we're really firing up the posterior chain. We're going to rest for 30 seconds. During that rest period, obviously get the bar ready, get yourself ready. So Andy's going to step over here onto the bar. Off we go, Andy. Underneath the bar. Okay, he's going to rest that bar across his shoulders here. He's going to get his elbows tight, pull them into the body, get the lats switched on. Lift the chest up, take a deep breath in, and prepare for his squats. He's doing 5 reps here, full range squats, keeping nice and strong through the lumbar, keeping the core switched on, keeping the glutes tight as he stands up, extending through the hips, really driving through those glutes. Okay, and then walking in, touching the cat track and down. we're going to have a rest for 60 seconds after that before we go into our next set. So it's nice and easy. We're not trying to tire ourselves out here. We're just trying to prepare ourselves for the pyramid. Okay, so that's all the things you need to do prior to taking part in the actual pyramid workout. So now you've completed all of the movement preparation phases and you're all ready to go. And make sure you do that first because it's really important. We want you to get the full benefits of this pyramid. We want you to really be challenging yourself and pushing yourself through this, because the pyramid is essentially going to be 4 reps of 2 exercises. So it's going to be squat and press with the barbell, double cleans with the kettlebell. Then you're going to do 6 reps of those, 8 reps, 10 reps, and back down, 8, 6, 4. Okay, and it's the total time to complete those exercises or that pyramid. We're just going to do the technical aspects of those exercises now. So Andy's going to do a demonstration of the squat and press first. So walking into the cat rack, the bar's going to be sitting across the front, across the clavicles, just above the clavicles. He's going to take the bar away from him. He's going to try to keep his elbows up nice and upright, so his upper arm is horizontal to the ground. He's going to take a deep breath in and then he's going to perform his front squat. As he's coming out of his front squat, he's driving up and pressing the bar above his head. When he comes above his head, we're looking for a lockout of the elbow, head forwards, eyes forwards, chin up. Okay, coming back down to the chest then, bring it back to that same rack position, going back into a squat and driving up and pressing. You'll notice he's coming up off his heels. That's just going to help get that power to drive through the legs, so he's using less upper body in the press. Okay, off we go again. Good. And once you've got that technique, and once you practice that technique, what we want you to try and get into is a bit of a rhythm with the squat and press. Okay, so it just becomes an up and down movement, unbroken essentially. So we're going to squat down, drive up, press, straight back down again. There we go. Lovely. Okay, and you'll find that is hard work, but also quite efficient, and you get through the reps pretty quickly. Just walk in there and finish off. Okay, as soon as we've done that, then obviously we're going to look at the kettlebell cleans. Starting off with your first rep, it's always going to be off the ground. So with your first rep off the ground, we're going to clean the kettlebells up to the rack position, and then from that one, we're then going to be pushing the bells through so they're not going back down to the ground. So we're just going to look at a couple of key points here. First of all, in that rack position, rolling the bells around the forearm, keeping the elbows tight, keeping the hips in full hip extension. That's really important. Just resting the shoulders. Don't have any tension in the shoulders. After that, we're just going to roll the bells around the forearms, through the hips, so quite high up in the adductors there. And we're going to make sure on the way up, on the upward phase, we're going to drive through our hips, drive through our glutes to come to full hip extension every time. Okay, so those are the 2 exercises. Hopefully reasonably simple. Some practice first, perhaps before you take part in the pyramid, but that's as easy as it is really with the exercises. Nothing too challenging in terms of technical aspects. Okay, so what we want you to do with the pyramid, just to go over that quickly again, it's 2 exercises, 4, 6, 8, 10, 8, 6, 4, all done. Okay, so have a go at that. Make sure you do all the movement preparation first and let us know how you get on. Make sure you post your times on social media if you can. It would be great to hear how you're doing. See you next time.